I have good news and a bad news. The good news is that I have not prepared a long speech for you. The bad news is that I tend to speak even if I don't have a speech prepared for you. But of course, we've taken a special organizational initiative where I speak before Ms. Ansari, who even speaks, who has a very nice presentation to make. So I know that I don't want to be standing between you and this nice presentation that she's going to make. So I'll contend with some key messages that I want to give to the industry. I'm an ambassador that doesn't stay much at home, and I keep going around, and in this 1 year that I've been in India, I've been to quite a few places and met quite a few people. And one of the things that has impressed me the most, in addition to, of course, the world-famous richness and diversity of Indian culture and the robustness of its society and economy, is the amount of goodwill that exists towards Turkey and the Turks. From the moment that my plane lands in an airport somewhere around India, to the moment that I meet the business people and some political people, and I come back home in Delhi, I meet people who say good things about Turkey, who know certain places in Turkey, who've been to Turkey or who want to go to Turkey. So I think that there's a tremendous opportunity and scope exists to build on this positive feelings that exist also towards Indians in Turkey. But one thing is hugely missing. If I look at the relationship, one thing is hugely missing. Despite this goodwill, we don't know much about each other. Turks do not know about India. Well, when you say India, it's a positive word for them, and there are certain things that immediately pop to mind. Some symbols, some images. For instance, we have this strange thing that the Americans have called Turkey, and Turkey, we don't call Turkey Turkey, that bird, and for some reason we call Turkey Hindi in Turkey. So Hindustan, but the bird is Hindi. So we think the bird has come to Turkey from India, and the Americans think that the bird has come to them from Turkey. There must be a certain logic to that, and that logic is the continuity that exists between India and Turkey, and all the way to the West. And I think this was, when you look at it, the historical Silk Road. The Silk Road ran from Europe through Turkey to India and China. Now that Silk Road has disappeared. And I think as this generation, we're not responsible for the disappearance of the Silk Road. But we would be responsible if we have not rediscovered it and re-established the Silk Road. This continuity in terms of products, this continuity in terms of talents, this continuity in terms of capital flows, people flows, this is very important, because we are talking about a globalized world, a globalized economy, as if this is something new. The Silk Road, it was the embodiment of globalization, and it has to be recreated. So Turkey and India are working and will be working towards this objective. And there is much to be gained by everybody. If you look at all the countries that lie in between, every country that lie in between and beyond will benefit from this major project of economically integrating South Asia with Western Asia, with Western and Europe. Turkey knows the importance of being in the hub at the center of multiple geographies, and which always comes up with, as a package, multiple challenges. So politics always intervene. For instance, Turkey is now a neighbor to Syria, which we keep hearing about in the news. We had the Iraq war that happened right across our borders. Before it was Iran-Iraq war. Well, we had Georgia that had a, war with Russia. There was the Soviet bloc, NATO bloc for 50 years. We were just at the center, rather at the border with Soviet Union. So we know how difficult politics can be for standing before economic development. But there's another way of looking at things, and Turkey has now discovered this another way. We have discovered that we are, in addition to all these problems and issues and whatever, we are at the middle of an economy of $23 trillion. And Turkey is at the center and directly connected with this 23 and increasing $1 trillion of economy. So, but these are in different geographies. 1/4 of the world economy is the European Union. Add to that the Russians and Central Asia, the Caucasus, and Western Asia, or what some call the Middle East, and North Africa, this Mediterranean basin, a huge geography with tremendous opportunities for business. And business is important because business transforms relationships. So when a diplomat looks at business, we don't look in terms of, we don't have a company. I have no company. But as a diplomat, I know that when Turkish and Indian companies gain from their interactions, it's also good for politics. And this, the more people will think in these terms, the better the future will be. And that transformation is already happening. I think there are industries that kind of jump to the fore, and there are industries that are just waiting to jump to the fore. Today, or in the last few days, I've been discovering an industry whose output I've been benefiting immensely. I'm a big denim wearer, but I did not know much about the details of what goes into the jeans that I'm wearing. And I've seen tremendous dynamism and tremendous potential. The denim sector is definitely a growth sector. This is an industry that caters to both the rich and the poor. This is an industry that caters to both the old and the young. Now, the old really doesn't first jump to the mind. You associate denim wear with, or I used to, with the youth. But then I checked, it seems that, for instance, in countries like Canada or North America, not to mention increasingly Europe, the above 50 women age group is now a good group to be targeted, because they're looking for some original designs that would cater to them. Now, it never occurred to me that this could be a growth area. I thought it's only the young people who are like me who are wearing jeans. And however, this is not, just like many other industries, this is not an area that can kind of expect, so sit down, sit still, and expect all this potential, all these benefits, all this growth to come about by itself. Much dynamism is required for the industry to fulfill its potential. And of course, you need innovation, and you need to come up with, it's like a bicycle, you need to keep on moving forward. And how does one move forward? I think one does that by cooperating, by thinking not within one's own borders, but transnationally. And two partners that immediately come to mind are, of course, as partners, are Turkey and India. I've been very impressed as I went around the exhibition hall that many of you already have either established some kind of cooperation with Turkey, or currently in the phase of talking with Turkish companies, or thinking about it. And there is a definite match. For this match to turn into some very active, robust cooperation, me and my team are at your disposal. Now, we have a new way of looking at my job, my kind of job, where we used to be labeled as the blue bloods people. You know, you don't get to talk to ambassadors or whatever. They sit in their rooms, and from their ivory tower they come up with big theories. And no, we are basically at your service. We are at the service of the Turkish business and those who want to do business with the Turkish business. So me and my entire team is right there in Delhi and in Mumbai, just waiting for you to ask our advice in terms of business connections. I want to conclude by, of course, congratulating everyone who had been part of this endeavor. This is a good idea, and I knew it before I came here. I'm totally convinced once I am here. Let me congratulate everyone who has taken part in this initiative. I hope this continues, and I hope that the industry fulfills the tremendous potential it has before us. Thank you.